The Division 2, a gorgeous looking game among the many other shooter-looters trying to set itself in a place to be the best and the main one that players keep playing. So the question, is The Division 2 worth playing in 2020? Is it worth dumping hours of your time to grind, chase gear, and go rogue into dark zones? Well, let's find out. Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back into More Dots Gaming. My name is Riven. If you are new here and looking for game news, guides, builds, and cat memes, then punch that subscribe button, ding that bell so you don't miss any of my videos I post or any of my live streams right here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, yo, give it a thumbs up. It helps me know that you enjoyed the video, and I'll continue to make more content like this. Okay, enough of the pesky intros. Let's get down to the brass tack of things and why you are really here. Is the Division 2 worth playing? I'm going to say yes. I have not played this game since it launched, and quite honestly, it bored the bejesus out of me. Combat felt slow, the guns were boring, the UI was just a chore to traverse, and the gear didn't make any sense. So needless to say, sadly what I wanted to be a good looter shooter for me, the Division 2 was not it. So now fast forward a year later and things just feel different. Maybe I'm coming into it with a different mindset, but getting past the first initial missions and getting more into the story, which surprisingly is fun and interesting, and continuing from the first game, kept me intrigued and wanted to learn more about the world. I played a few different aspects of the game during my last stream and off stream, and it was fun, enjoyable, and I'm really looking to get into it more. On a side note, the Division 2 is on sale on the Ubisoft store for $2.99. The link is in the description below, so check it out if you were interested. So let's start off by talking about combat. I always felt in the Division, the combat was just slow, boring, and not really engaging. Then I looked at my playstyle that I was trying to go for and realized, well, the sniper just wasn't for me. I changed up, moved to the SMG or an AR with a shotgun, and things all of a sudden got a little more interesting. The combat felt good, enemies were fun to fight, the AI is tough and will give you a challenge, but there will be times it will run right past you just trying to jump over a wall, and it's just kind of funny. The combat can feel very rewarding after outsmarting a wave of enemies, getting some multi-kills, and downing their boss. Pretty much everything in the game can be soloed, and if you're a solo builder for tough content like me, you're in for a ton of fun. But going in with friends is always fun and will make those dull missions feel a lot better and just a lot more fun. But overall, if you're seeing something you're not enjoying in the combat, you'll change it up. Whether it's a skill, whether it's a weapon, whether it's some type of trait on your armor, change it up, and it may just be that one thing that really makes you like the game. The world. The Division 2 is a huge world, and it should be explored as much as you can. Not only will you find some cool lore with places to visit and neat surprises, you will also get rewarded for just, well, looking around. You'll get gear, SHD tech, there'll be some fun scenarios you can go through. There are also small puzzles to open doors to find fun items, and loot to make your character more unique. You might also possibly find some classified missions that can be repeated every few days for some extra rewards. You can get these missions by completing different objectives on your main or side missions. There are also tons of audio devices to pick up to get more lore of the lore that happened around the DC area to civilians, the SHD agents, agencies, and many other folks that have been affected by the virus outbreak. If you have played the first game, you will have tons of echoes to find and see the story pieced together through fragmented images. The Division 2 does a really good job of keeping you engaged, even if you are playing kind of like a vast walking simulator at times. But the game makes sure to reward you handsomely for your time and for the challenges that it throws at you. The UI. This one is a major pain for me, and it's something I still dislike in the game. Gear is hard to understand from what I'm looking at in terms of upgrade. It can be a pain to navigate through, and some of the information regarding stats just doesn't get across very well, and it can cause more confusion than it does good, leaving new players and veteran players alike questioning, what do I do? Is this gear better than what I have currently? What is it trying to say to me? The good news is this is being worked on and will be fixed in the next major DLC, Warlords of New York City, coming March 3rd. And this is one change I am looking very forward to, as it looks like the devs have listened and the changes to the UI will help with getting gear info across It'll be easier to navigate, and overall, just a better system and better player experience. Because you are going to spend a good amount of time in your menu making sure that your gear is what you want with the right stats. So having something that really makes sense is important. PvP. Now, I have not made my way into the DZ or the Dark Zone yet. I have been playing tons of Conflict, and it sort of reminds me of Rainbow Six Siege mixed with Call of Duty. It's not as run and gun, it's also not very tactical, but it has a nice mix in the middle where you could play either or and still do good. But as with most PvP, staying with your team and not going off to try and get the best kill-death ratio will net you and your team better results. But you know, there are those buckaroos who need to go prove their worth in the game while not playing the objective and causing the team to lose. Because you know, kill-death ratio. You can use your main skills as if you are playing the game in PvE. These skills, however, will have longer cooldowns and possibly different damage templates since you are now against live players. Conflicts is a fun experience without having a crazy learning curve, and it's fun to casually just mess around, play some matches, and split up the day-to-day grind. I will update this overview with the DZ once I get into it more. Performance. The Division 2 on my 9900K with 16 GB of RAM and the 2080 for the Win Super runs like butter. It's perfection. Coming from the Division 1 where I had tons of issues, frame rate drops, freezing, crashing, was just a nightmare. And I was not running no cheesy machine. I had a 7700K with a 1080 superclocked. And the optimization and performance just honestly wasn't there in Division 1. But you can tell with the Division 2, the devs put extra love and care into it and made sure the performance and optimization were extremely important. Being able to play this game inside dungeons without crashing or freezing is absolutely a blessing, because I don't have to worry about getting to the end and all of a sudden my game crashes and I have to restart the whole dungeon I've been playing for 45 minutes. So that was annoying, and I'm glad that got fixed in Division 2. The performance is really good. So if that's one of your concerns, the performance is there. And if you are a content creator and you only have one PC or running a decent rig, the performance and optimization is really good because you can stream this on one PC or record on one PC, and that's a huge bonus. Not to mention the performance in a game like this is also very important, because if you're in the middle of a fight or at the end of a dungeon and the game freezes or you lag out, you could have to restart the whole dungeon all over again. But the devs, they got this right. Overall, in a saturated market of shooter looters and the many that just didn't hold up to their name, the Division 2 is an amazing game. The beginning can be a little slower than normal and in some points feel like, as mentioned before, a walking simulator. But once you get past the beginning and start nearing the early teens, like the levels 11 and 12, you start to get decent gear, are able to run bigger and better missions, and find some cool stuff to keep you entertained for hours. And honestly, with the base game only being $2.99 right now, it's really a no-brainer to grab and try it out so you can get obsessed over another game. Yo, I hope this helped you out if you were looking to grab the Division 2. And if you are currently playing, leave a comment down below about what your favorite activity is, what your favorite build is, and I would love to hear what keeps you coming back for more. Raids, I did not cover this in this at this time. I have not made them there. As I get into them, I will cover them more. The last thing is Infinite Progression. Infinite Progression was announced during the new DLC, Warlords of New York City, and I'm very intrigued by this and looking forward to see and hear more. I'll be reporting on this as more news comes in. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up the video. It means a lot. I will check you out next time. Peace out, everyone.